Hey, this is Nate with Zbroz Racing. Today we have a 2018 Arctic Cat Ascender, and we're talking about our bumper for the 18, 19, and 20 Ascender chassis. This is an all-aluminum TIG welded construction, and it sells with the skid plate. It includes a nice UHMW skid plate for $260, and that's right from our website, or get with your local Zbroz Racing dealer and they can hook you up. Comes in a couple of different colors. It's lightweight, but adds a whole bunch of protection. It's really tight fitting, so there's nowhere for the snow to build up. The approach angle for getting in and out of the creeks is the same. That's one of the reasons we've built it so tight and form-fitting. It's pretty easy to install, so stay tuned and check out the installation. I'm going to install and show the simple and quick process of how to put on a front bumper on an Arctic Cat Ascender. So this would be what, 18, 19, and 20 Arctic Cat mountain sleds. We've got the front bumper assembly here, and then the skid plate here ready to go. And really, once you get your stock front bumper off, it's just 4 of these little Torx bolts. It's a T40, I believe. T30, excuse me, a T30. To remove those 4, you can just slide your stock one off, and then you're going to leave everything on, so your factory plastic skid plate piece stays on, and then you're going to take out these 3 Torx, and these are T20s, and these are the little typical Arctic Cat Torx screws, like what's holding the little plastic skid plate on here. You're going to remove these 3. There's actually 4, 5. And we have those locations on our skid plate. So you're going to line up, and we'll put these 3 in on this sled. This sled has been ridden pretty hard and has had a few wrecks. So you notice there's a broken piece out of there, and it's actually missing 2 of these Torx screws too. So we're just going to put 3 back in for right now, but as you can see, this 4th and 5th Torx does line right up. So put those 3 in. And that's a T20, so just snug those up. And then if you have your 4th and 5th, you'll put those in. And then you're going to need to drill out these 4 rivet locations along the back. These are already cleaned out and drilled out, so they'll have some existing rivets, but you pull those out, and then there's 4 short rivets in the kit, and these are the ones that you're going to put back in here. Grab my, and a hand riveter works fine too. And the easiest way by far to do these is just to throw the sled on its side. It's easy to access. Well, yeah, lay it on its side and you're good to go. So now we're going to slide this front bumper on from the front, and then it's going to sit over top of this plastic plate, and then we're going to have to drill through the existing skid plate here, and then that's what the longer rivets are going to go. So to get this on, you just kind of have to massage it over top of this over top of the plastic right here. It's kind of a tight fit, and just slide it in like that, and then your factory bolts up here will line up. And usually what I do is get these 4 in first, and then we'll pull this skid plate up and over. So let's take a pause, and I'll grab those 4 bolts and we'll hook them up. Alright, so after we've slipped the bumper up on like we showed, it's tight, so you'll kind of have to spread those aluminum ears a little bit to get it to pop in. Once you get it in there, you're gonna slide. This one's already been installed, and we're taking it back off to show you, but you're gonna have to drill these 2 holes. Make sure that you drill it back far enough that you have a little bit of meat you know, a 1/4 inch of meat on the plastic, and then you're going to drill all the way through the stock plastic skid right there. And this is where your long rivet's going to come into play, the super long rivet, and then a backup washer. So you'll have to hold the backup washer on and sandwich all 3 of those pieces together. Just like that. So you're putting the aluminum on the outside, the supplied skid plate in between, and then all the way through that factory skid plate. And it's all just through plastic, so that's why having the backup washer is important, to hold it all tight. Oh, I might have to come around to this side. All right. Now you're going to grab your T30 and you're going to grab your stock screws. And you're going to have to kind of pull this up into place to where you can line up your screw holes. If you have a buddy that can put a knee on that side, I'm going to move around, or you can stay there and pull those into place. Just like that. 2 on this side, 2 on the other side. Fast forward so it doesn't take forever. Tighten those up, and then roll it back on its skis and tighten up the other 2, and you're done. So it really is a quick and easy bumper to install. Now, one thing to note, when you're removing your hood, you will have to reach through right here and loosen the torque screw that holds the hood to the chassis, and then I loosen these 4 bolts that we just put in, and then the bumper will kind of slump down so you can lift your hood off. So that's one thing to note, that you will have to loosen this Torx through one of these diamonds to get the hood off, just like you would stock. All right, so Arctic Cat Ascender front bumper, pretty easy to install. Hopefully you watched the install video before you did it. And this one here happens to be red in color. We have white, we have black, we have the Arctic Cat green. Pretty much do any powder coat color you want. It comes with that plastic skid plate included, $260 at zbrozracing.com, shipped right to your door. It fits really tight, so there's nowhere for the snow to build up. There's no extra tubes hanging out. The snow sheds really well. It's also very tight fitting to the body, so when you're going in and out of creek beds, you don't have to worry about losing that clearance and augering in your front bumper. It sticks out wider than the hood here, so as you're coming through trees, it's going to keep trees off of your plastics. If you have a wrap, it's just going to make the sled look better, longer. It's obviously much more durable than a factory bumper where it ties in to the skid plate and runs all the way forward. Still uses your existing bolts, so other than those 2 little holes that you have to drill, there's no modification needed. It just bolts on and rivets on. So check it out at zbrozracing.com, or look at your local Zbroz Racing dealer should have one in stock, and they can take care of you as well.